fucking pull. Fuck me.
Episode 1.
Oh.
Go on, get it on there. Go on.
Yeah, man.
Write it down. Oh. Are you going to be alright doing that?
You don't teach this now.
Nice. Let's cheers to that. Cheers. Episode 1. Let's go.
Well, hello there.
Hello, Mr. Caolan. How are we doing?
How are
All right?
you? Good.
Good. This was a bit weird, didn't it?
It does. But welcome to Cutting Close podcast.
Welcome to Cutting Close. It's our first episode
Good
with
fucking
Mr.
night.
Caolan Carney-Slee.
And Joshua Hughes.
Cheers.
Happy Christmas.
It's the first of many, hopefully.
Mm.
This goes well.
I love an espresso.
Mm. That's not an espresso. What you got in your cup, Caolan?
Stick to the good stuff, mate.
Yep.
Yeah. Brazilian bean
It's a good blend.
is a good blend.
From the coffee shop next door.
Oh, never mind
H&Co Coffee.
Mhm.
Don't. Where do we start?
So where do we start? Where did we start?
Where did we start? So I suppose we should explain, really, shouldn't we? Because
Yeah, so Josh is he's my brother-in-law.
and your boss, bitch.
Well, used to be.
What, has that changed recently?
Yeah, now I run a shop.
Fuck off. You run the shop. Yeah.
My shop.
So Caolan runs my goth soap shop. H&Co Goth Soap, we like to call her. She's a beautiful shop.
She's pretty.
And also, yeah, Caolan and I are brother-in-laws.
Yeah.
Brother-in-laws to be. Brother-in-laws to be.
Well, we'll see how this podcast goes.
We'll see how it goes, yeah. He fucks my sister.
Oh,
Oh, Jesus. Sorry, Mia. So sorry.
no, I'm not. Oh, no,
Well, no,
actually-
you've been engaged for a little while now, haven't you?
Yeah, 2 years we've been together, yeah.
2 years you've been engaged.
But I've known you for like 5 now.
Yeah, 5 coming up 6, isn't
It
it?
was a very nerve-wracking day that day.
I remember that day. How did it feel when you first met us? Because
I was shitting
had you already
myself.
met my other sister, Evie?
Yeah, because Mia planted me in it. She said we were going to go to her house and no one was going to be there, and your mum, your dad, Evie, everyone was there.
Right.
And I walked in, and it was very stressful for me.
Did you have clothes on?
Yeah, I was fully clothed.
Oh, you walked into the house. Right.
Yeah, butt naked.
Right.
No,
Nice.
your mum and dad would not have been proud of that.
But I remember meeting you for the first time. So it was in a pub. We met on a Sunday afternoon.
We sure did.
That was nice.
And I was very nervous.
Fuck. I remember. I think
I've
being,
never met
being
a
the big
girlfriend's
brother-
older brother either.
Right.
And also, I'm not going to lie to you. Because I've got a bit of an issue with laughing in times I shouldn't laugh.
Oh, you were nervous about the Tourette's,
The
right?
Tourette's, yes.
God, I remember that.
I even sat down with my auntie and uncle and I said, what do I do in this situation? And Kevin said, you're just going to have to fucking laugh. He was like, and I was like,
I mean, luckily, I don't really mind. It's, for me.
well, I didn't know what to do because I was
The
like, I've never
laughing,
met somebody who has Tourette's. And it was,
yeah. No, and I get it. And I think a lot of people feel the same way.
But
But,
actually, at the time, you weren't ticking. You had a few months of not much ticking at that stage.
well, it's fortunate for you.
Yeah, probably, because you might not have looked at me the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's funny because Mia, my sister, was one of my barbers. And you two met at college, right?
We did meet at college, the same place that you trained.
The same place we
That
trained.
old Total Barber, yeah. We
Big
fucking
up,
love
big
Total
up.
Barber.
Yeah, so I think God, how long ago? Yeah, like we said, about 5.5 years ago now. It feels like it's longer, but then also when you put a time on it, it doesn't feel like that long.
No, it's fucking good old times.
It really was. But so we've obviously done our little introductions now. It's just our first episode. We're hoping to really grow this pod as
it a
much as
go.
we can. Fuck! And obviously there will be some swearing, so please don't write to Ofcom because we
No,
don't
do.
care.
I'm offended.
Is Ofcom not even on podcasts? I mean, that's TV, isn't it?
I don't even know what Ofcom is.
Off cunt.
Ooh.
Oh, sorry. But yeah, so that's a bit about us. And
No, yeah. I know I
so
run
we're
H&M.
barbers, but we're not here talking about barbering. We want to talk about everything from Tourette's to life, really, innit? And
Sure
everything in
fucking do.
between. And
And cut close.
we're going to cut close to the mark. That's what we're hoping.
And sometimes to barbering.
Yeah, fuck 'em. We hate barbers.
I don't mind all of them. I like a few barbers.
I like
But yeah,
barbers
you're not
too.
bad for yourself, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we
But
like
yeah.
what we do. We've got a great skill set. That's what we have to do.
We do.
Yes.
So what have you been doing though?
We've been busy setting this up. This project has been taken over a little bit, but it's all come
Pretty.
together. It looks lovely. So we are in our barber shop in St Albans.
Yeah.
I just thought, you know what? Why not use the space? Might as well.
100%. And we're
You
sitting
know.
here now. We've got our beautiful man, Ryan.
We've got our cameraman Ryan in the background.
And he's pretty.
He is gorgeous. He is gorgeous.
You should see his mullet.
But he is he is behind the camera for a reason. Fuck off.
I do love a mullet. Fuck me.
Gotta love a good mullet.
Oh yeah, you both
It's all
mullets
about
up,
the
aren't
mullet.
you?
Yeah, gotta love the mullet, man.
Can't a fucking mullet bastard.
Do you know the mullet man? The mullet man!
I love the mullet man.
I love the mullet man too.
Hmm.
What was I
Yeah.
going to say? So, obviously, we weren't sure exactly how to start this podcast off.
I haven't a
So,
clue. It's the first time for us now. Josh has done a few podcasts.
I've been on a few podcasts as a guest. Which
I'm not a big fan of being on the camera most of the time.
No.
But for the face like this.
I asked you a few months ago, innit? We spoke about this, a bit of an idea.
We both had a sleepless night the same night.
We did. We should talk about that, actually, because...
That was a funny night.
I woke up at like 1 a.m. to having a bit of a dream of doing a podcast with Caolan, and a bit of a different idea from the concept we're kind of building now, just us chatting with some possible guests coming as well. But I woke up in the middle of the night and I had to just get my thoughts and feelings down on paper. And I should have called you at like 1 a.m. because you were already awake. And I called you as soon as it was... I was awake all night, yeah. Bad night. As soon as I could like call you at like 7:30, 8 o'clock, I called you and I was like, "How you doing, bruv? You all right?" And you were like, "Yeah, I'm all good. Didn't sleep well." And I was like, "What, were you up all night?" And you were like, "Yeah." And I was like,
"It was meant to be."
So have I. And I was like, "This is definitely what."
And you're not a nice man to be around when you haven't slept.
Fuck you. I'm lovely in the morning. Everyone says I'm so grumpy. I'm not a grumpy person.
Your face like a slapped arse.
Yeah, that's true. I think it's because usually I'm so on top form.
Yeah, you are. When I'm not, me.
You are very similar. When you're sleepy,
I'm not a nice person to be around. Well, I know I'm not. I just don't talk to you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But I think we're both the same. Actually, we're not miserable bastards. We're just we go a bit quiet
and too happy all the time.
Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it came from that effectively. And then it's been quite a few months in the planning, to be fair.
It has. I mean, getting this all kind of together has been a lot, but, we're here now. And
on your father's 60th birthday.
It is my dad's 60th today, so we've actually got to rush off for dinner after.
But happy birthday, Ian.
Happy birthday, Ian, you bastard. Yeah, that'd be good fun. It'd be good fun. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there when we get there, all right?
We will.
But so, talking to family, we thought, fuck it. How do we start this off?
Well, we had a moment this morning, and we decided, let's ask people that we love.
Yeah.
What's the dumbest, most embarrassing stuff we've done? I was trying to think what I've done. Couldn't think of nothing because I don't do much.
See, this is the easiest. Us asking ourselves.
It's too easy.
It was too easy. So we thought, why not go into our family group chats and just ask straight, what's the most embarrassing stuff we've ever done?
Turns out I've done a lot.
We got responses quite quickly.
Well, you had a lot more than me, let me say that.
Oh yeah? Yeah? Well, I think I've had quite a few embarrassing moments. Not that I realised quite the sheer amount.
Yeah,
but we just thought, But obviously, I know some people know me as the Tourette's barber online, and obviously, I just thought we'd open up and share some of our stories with you, and then hopefully you can get to know us as we get to know the audience that are watching us as well.
Yeah, well, look, having a bit of crack, have a bit of crack too, you know what I mean? So
because obviously, as barbers, we talk shit all the time.
All the fucking time.
We are always talking to people, and I've always found that it's always best to share, but for then to make someone feel comfortable to open up with you as well.
So let's embarrass ourselves publicly.
Yeah, why the fuck not?
Yeah, I love that.
Do you want to start?
Oh, mine were all a bit out there, fair. I mean, I could start, yeah. Okay, so I asked my family today, what did I do that was embarrassing? And the first thing that came back, which I actually put to the back of my mind, probably didn't forget about, but effectively I went to see 2012 with my dad and my brother.
Yeah.
Right, and then for that
What,
year,
in 2012?
I think it was 2011 it came out.
Right.
To the point where I actually convinced myself, as 13? Probably a bit too old to be convinced of yourself, things like this, that the world was genuinely going to end. So I started researching the Mayan calendar.
What is that? Sorry, what's it called?
The Mayan calendar.
The Mayan calendar.
The Mayans, like tribes in the Amazon.
Oh, okay, mental. Right. Okay.
Effectively, their calendar ended on the 21st of December 2012, which is what this movie comes from.
Right.
I then decided that is 100% going to happen for a solid year.
I see where this is going.
Yeah, to the point where I had to get therapy. It wasn't at the time. It wasn't funny because I didn't sleep. To the point that it was the last day of school. I remember it. St. Louis. Yeah. Fuck St. Louis. Actually, no. I love it. No. Fuck St. Louis. Anyway, I was in school on the last
lovely
day of school.
Lovely little Catholic boy.
I'm a lovely little Catholic boy. Yes.
Yes.
And
perfect mouth for the Catholic priest.
Oh.
Sorry.
Don't tell my granny. But then, I left school on the 21st December because I think, at the time I didn't want to die with these people. I fully believe
so you walked out of school?
I left school and went to my mum's little cafe. She had a little vegetarian tea room. And people will remember that. It was a good little gaff. And I stayed there with Mum, waiting for the world to end. It never happened, obviously. But
wow,
that was a very bad time in my life.
I can imagine.
Also quite embarrassing.
How long were we talking you thought like that for?
A solid year. Like I'm saying, I was like 13, 14. I'd go into bed with my mum and dad because I was like, well, if I've only got a few months left to live, I want to be with my parents. You know what I mean?
There must have been no room in the bed.
I was a big, hefty boy back then.
Beluga.
Yeah, so that was not good.
No,
And that was one that I actually forgot about to some degree until my brother pointed it out. Because actually he was one of the reasons it got worse.
Well, yeah, but siblings just don't help in those sort of situations, do they?
No, and he's only a small.
So I'm just going to get mine up because I sent the message into my family chat and it went really quick.
Yours went off, didn't it?
There's quite a few. The first response was, "Oh my gosh, so many to think of." Let me just think about which one could be the best. My dad's got a few good ones. Crashing into a bridge? Question mark.
That did happen. Asleep?
I did fall asleep behind the wheel when I was 18.
That's a different story.
That's the same story.
Oh, same story.
Yeah. I was actually really lucky to not be more seriously injured, to be honest. And the most embarrassing thing about that whole story, was I just dropped my sisters off at school. It was about 8:30, 9:15. And I was just going normal traffic and I was going to get my car windscreen fixed.
Yeah.
And I dozed off behind the wheel about 300 yards away from the garage. And I created mad traffic in the morning.
That is embarrassing.
But the paramedics that turned up on scene said that it was really lucky you were so relaxed. You've got absolutely no injuries.
They say that about babies, don't they?
They do.
Yeah.
They don't brace for impact. They just take the.
And you are a man child.
I am a big baby. Oh, see another one. That was a good story.
You've done quite a few things though.
Oh God, there's a few.
What else have you done that I can't remember? Bad things usually. We won't go into tactical chunders yet. That is.
I mean, there isn't enough time for us to talk about how many times I've been sick.
No, that's also very true.
I mean, that is quite a good one. So there was one time I had been out with my friends in London for, God, it's quite a long time ago, about 10 years ago now, for Callum's birthday.
Nick and Jack and no, Jack, just Nick and Cal, the boys then, yeah.
No, all the boys were there. Yeah. And I had way too much to drink, and I think I had upset one of my pals.
Which one?
And I think I was Callum.
Oh, okay, that's not the wrong person to upset to.
Yeah, he's a miserable bastard, isn't he?
Well, in the morning.
He's never miserable. I think I'd upset the birthday boy.
You should never do that.
Shouldn't do that. And we were walking back to the station, and I think I got a bit bullshit with everyone, and everyone was a bit sick of me, which is a bit out of character for me, but I was just drunk and being stupid. Shut up, Ryan. And we were at Liverpool Street Station, heading back home. And the train, we had like 4 or 5 minutes to get the train. Yeah. And I decided that I was going to get everyone a Big Mac meal. That's just to apologise for upsetting people.
That winds me up.
And I was adamant. They were like, "No, Josh, don't, because you're going to miss the train." I'm like, "I'm not going to miss the train." Anyway, I bought 10 Big Mac meals.
They fucked off though, didn't they?
They all went to the station. They all went to the platform. And I was running with all these Big Mac meals, Cokes as well, like Diet Cokes with them. Dropped the Cokes. And I dropped a few chips on the way and got to the platform, asked the conductor, I was like, "Well, which one's going to Cheshunt?" He said, "It's the one that's pulled away already."
What, they all went without yet?
And just as I'd stopped to ask him, my trousers fell down. Oh. So I had a bag of McDonald's, my trousers had fallen down.
10 Big Macs, no one to give them to.
I've got Tourette's, and obviously my tics started straight away, and I was kind of swearing at the conductor. He went, "You want to calm yourself down, mate?" I went, "I can't." And I was left there. It took me a good...
Did they all fuck off?
Everyone left me, yeah.
I mean, I do think that's kind of fair enough.
Oh, I'm not even playing the victim. They 100% should have left me.
Yeah, I would have left you.
But I was very angry at the time because I felt...
Yeah, you can be angry.
I felt quite vulnerable because obviously I was really twitching. I was very drunk. It took me a while to get home. About 2 hours later, I got home.
Sounds like a sob story, you know?
It does a little bit. Let's turn it around.
Did you make it through that?
I did just about. I actually had to go.
Did you finish the 10 Big Macs?
Luckily, all my friends got... No. This is the part of the story that I missed out. So obviously, I decided to keep trying to make my way home. I ended up just giving out Big Macs on the tube.
Well, people still probably remember you.
Possibly. I managed to get rid of 2, and I think I ate about 4.
And then how did that end up?
I felt like shit.
Yeah, I'm going to say that's not a good night out.
And I think the only reason people ate the burgers that I gave them is because they saw me eating them, so they knew it couldn't be poisoned. Imagine just being offered a free burger on the tube, like out of a random bag, someone you don't know.
I wouldn't take it.
No. But people did.
I have a face like you.
Well, I think that's
like a bulldog chewing a wasp. Shout out to Paddy Carney.
Paddy Carney.
No, we love him. He's a some man for one man. I'll have a look though, because I think there's another couple where I have actually like full on. Actually, it's embarrassing and awkward. It was not a good time for me. So I just met Mia. It's probably about 6 months in. I knew Mia, and I've moved into Josh's family home in Bayford.
Oh God, right.
I just got a flat in Whitechapel with my brother and his ex. Lovely human. And
bitch.
We moved straight into this gaff.
Yeah.
And the first or second night in, Mia was with me. I've woken up covered in bites. Like,
oh my God, I remember this.
I look like a heroin addict. Like, I've genuinely woken up and I've got bites everywhere. I'm scratching my skin. So we contacted the landlord, said, there's bed bugs in this gaff. They're like, no, there's definitely not. London landlords, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway, we left, we cancelled the contract, we moved out of the house, and the only place I could go was to the Hughes'. So I moved into the Hughes' house, thinking, I've eradicated the bed bugs, it's going to be fine. I don't know. You were in the house next door.
Well, I lived in the annex, didn't I? But all I thought was Mia's boyfriend's moving in. I thought, fucking hell.
Yeah, it was quite quick, to be fair.
She's only known her a couple of months.
I think it was about 6 months. It wasn't
She's
that
only
long.
known him, sorry.
A lovely man I am.
Yeah.
Anyway, so about 2 weeks into it, I've woken up in the middle of the night. And to be fair, I did have like some fucking weird sleep anxiety at the time. I kept waking up all like itching, fucking thinking there's bugs on me. Anyway, one night I woke up and there was bugs on me. And then I've realised I've now brought bed bugs. And if anyone's ever had bed bugs, you can't get rid of them.
It's no joke.
You can't get rid of them.
We had an infestation in our house because you brought them in.
Yeah, I infested the entire house.
Yeah.
And then I remember your dad's face.
You fucking foreigner.
Yeah, that's me.
Sorry.
And yeah, it was bad. And your dad wanted to pay for it. I couldn't bring myself to let your dad pay for it. So the money that I'd saved to put a deposit on a flat in Hartford for, then had to go into that, which then resulted in me living in Bayford.
Bed bugs aren't cheap.
No, bed bugs were not cheap.
No.
And it was a very bad fucking day. And I stressed out a lot of the Hughes' that day. And I thought that could have been it for me and the family.
It could have been.
5 years later, now I've got a podcast with one of them. So.
Well, you haven't quite made the cut.
Yeah,
we'll
see.
I've got other hosts lined up.
Ryan is going to join on the camera now. Fuck off, Ryan.
Fuck off, Ryan.
Fuck you and your mum.
That was a bad time for me, yeah. But Bayford was nice.
Yeah, it was good living together back then.
I went from a paddy to a Tory very quick. What?
Were we in lockdown together? No, that was before, wasn't it?
No, I was chatting to Mia during my lockdown. We'd met just before the December lockdown.
Yeah, and then we went into,
The first time, I think... No, Evie's 25th, there was a big party. I remember being at that.
Yes.
And then your engagement, I think, is when I first met everyone.
Yes. I remember you coming to that party and you were not dressed.
Oh, that's another one, to be fair. I'm not very good at keeping secrets.
That was me. I planned to propose to Lucy. We've been engaged now for what? 5.5 years.
Yeah.
It's been that long. Fuck, yeah.
So
basically as long as we've known each other, innit?
Yeah, at the same time, it was around that time.
I had to keep a secret. I knew I was going to propose.
Secretly told everyone.
I wanted to propose to Lucy, but then I wanted to have the engagement party the day after I proposed.
Yes.
And we had it at our house, and I'd got a marquee come in, I had a pizza truck turn up and all this other stuff. All the family had come, and it was the first time after lockdown people got together. And I just remember everyone around me. There must have been about 80 people invited.
It was pretty much a feckin' wedding, to be honest.
It was kind of like a wedding sort of
most
vibe,
English thing I've ever seen.
An English garden
Yeah,
party.
I imagine.
And fuck off. I love
green grass.
Yeah, everyone knew that I was going to pop the question, but Lucy.
Yeah.
And everyone was stressing around me all the time. Like, oh my God, I can't believe you're doing it.
Yeah, but it got to the stage where Lucy thought I didn't like her for 6 months because Josh told me at the start, and we sat down for breakfast. They had a breakfast in their house, and I think it was about 2 or 3 days before you were proposing.
Right.
And you told me right at the start doing this proposing to Lucy, and I was like, I don't even know Lucy yet. I was like,
yeah.
So I decided I'm not going to talk to Lucy.
So she just thought you were a rude bastard.
She thought I was rude, yeah. And then I had to explain to her after the fact. I was like, didn't talk to you because I can't keep a fucking secret. First of all, I sleep talk, not a good look.
No.
That's another one. I just had a bad experience the weekend.
You know, I was worried about like having a tick and it coming out. And I mean, I suppose for me, like I've been putting myself out there online for quite a few years now. I think about 2.5 years. But obviously, it just started off as just
you should talk about that start, to be fair, because that was pretty.
Yeah, it's a bit crazy, really.
You were in a bad time back then, so it was.
Yeah, it was weird because obviously we posted stuff on an account which was our barbershop account.
It was Hughes Caolan at the time.
It was Hughes Caolan, yeah.
And you stole that.
And I posted on. We were posting like hair content, videos of the shop there and the lifestyle sort of thing. And then it was actually I was really starting to struggle with my Tourette's again. It was just getting. Not necessarily worse. I hate saying worse. It just flared up.
Yeah, well, it took over your life for a couple of months.
It did, and I was like, I'm not gonna not go to work because I need to go to work, and I think I am confident enough that I could fuck her in the arse.
Sorry.
That I could. I was confident that I could cut hair while still twitching, and then I remember like Lucy, my fiance, who works in social media and marketing, just said to me, Josh, why don't you film yourself while cutting hair when you're twitching? I was like, yeah, fuck it, go for it. So we filmed one haircut and then a second haircut.
And then one of them went mental, didn't it? Yeah.
So the first two did really well, like hundreds of thousands of views.
Actually, no, it was Callum Gaffney was the first one, I think. Remember you did the
No,
buzz
he
cut?
wasn't the first one. No, I had two before that, and then it was. Then I think I did him.
But that one went mental and he got a lot of stick, didn't he?
Yeah, that got over 1 million views quite quickly. I think it was because it was quite controversial. I buzzed his hair off. But it was actually me and little Harry that really blew up.
Little Harry.
And I think that was the video that at the time felt like it broke the internet, because try and find me another video online where a full-grown man calls a child a paedophile.
I don't think
in the first 5 seconds of the video.
There is an island somewhere where that might happen. But
Epstein. Sorry, Andrew.
Fuck Andrew.
And his dad.
He's
not my king. Oh God, I missed the Queen.
I'm not going to comment.
This is where we differ. We'll leave the royals for now.
Yeah, that'd be another week.
That could be just one episode, I think, focusing on that.
I stand with everyone.
But then, since then, so I posted that video and it's just gone from strength to strength, really.
Yeah,
I appreciate that people follow me. I think we've got a really big
following. Yeah, but I also
now.
think it did help a lot of things, though. Like, we got a lot of clients with Tourette's now who come in just because they're comfortable to come into the shop. Do you know what I mean? So it's, and they don't even go to you anymore. Most of them, they come to all the other lads, but they just feel comfortable to come into the shop now. So it's
and that makes me so proud, because I think that's the whole point of what we really wanted to achieve, was just having a nice, comfortable setting for people to come into.
I think it's one of them. It's just like treating everyone the same regardless of the situation. And
I think one of the things that I found quite interesting is actually a lot of people with Tourette's and probably similar conditions always apologise for their tics and stuff like that. Yeah. Which, I get it, I've done that for years.
It's pretty big in the media now, then.
Of course, with John Davidson and whatnot and the BAFTAs. Yeah, definitely. I think I've tried to show, not just young people, but young people especially, because I think we all need a bit of influence and stuff like that. You should never have to apologise for something you can't control.
No.
And I've had so many people come in the shop and they'll be twitching. I'll be cutting the hair, for example, and they'll be twitching, but like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, mate, this is probably absolutely one of the places that you don't ever have to apologise.
You got to be comfortable. And plus, it's your shop, and so it's like
100%.
Not that it just makes a difference, but people should.
No, but if anyone had a problem, I'd tell them what's what and what's not. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't want anyone to feel uncomfortable in my shop for something they can't help.
No, 100%. That's probably the best thing for me out of the following is that.
Really?
Well, yeah, because I don't really care so much for obviously it doesn't bother me, your following. But I think the fact that following has then brought people into the shop who can accept it, and even just random people. You get like 60-year-old men who know what Tourette's is now. So it's like you got like 70-year-old fellas. You're sitting there calling them a cunt, and they understand it. So it's
100%. I think it's just spreading awareness and educating. I think that's what.
Which is obviously what should have happened with the BAFTAs. I think instead of turning it into a fucking hate scheme.
Well, I think luckily that's what came out of the BAFTAs. I think
now it has, but I think initially it was a bit of a hate thing. It was like
so the BAFTAs was on a Sunday, right? Yeah. And come that Monday morning, obviously most of us either already knew about it or that we were seeing the news come through. I can't lie. I felt horrendous.
Yeah,
I was
not
really
a very happy
worried.
man that day after it. Even me was pretty pissed off because I didn't know about it until like the Tuesday.
Right. I mean, I think because obviously having Tourette's and obviously the way I put out on my platform, I think my algorithm was just Tourette's related, BAFTA related, whatever. But it just made me feel a bit. I was really worried. Actually, I was really worried that people were going to I was really worried that the misinformation is going to become really strong, and people weren't going to really understand Tourette's at all, especially after something like that. And obviously, a racial slur is horrendous to hear.
No, I think that's the other side of it. Is like them people should never have to have heard that. Like being black shouldn't mean you should never be called that. Do you know what I mean? But I think it has to come from two sides.
It was Mark B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo, right?
Yeah, but it's not nice to hear for anyone, regardless of the situation.
And give it to them. They handled it with such grace.
But they had idiots like Jamie Foxx coming out who just put a tag on John Davidson's back then. So it's like,
be honest, fuck Jamie Foxx for that kind of. He tweeted it, didn't he? He was like, I don't care.
Came out and said he meant to say it.
What the fuck do you know? You weren't even there. I know we weren't either, but I just feel like, do you know what? I think the people that are responsible for that mistake, basically, that happened, which I'm not saying John twitching that was a mistake. I think the fact he went out on air was a mistake. You
say that, but then I listened to Uncle Tics take, that guy that used to work with New Zealand, and he was saying that shouldn't be taken out because, as offensive as it is, and it's not nice for anyone to hear, it's like you're also taking away from the fact that man couldn't control what he did. So it's like you're taking away from his disability.
Yeah,
it should also be aired. You can't take out the Free Palestine stuff. Do you know what I mean? And like, because then it's just an agenda, isn't it? Yeah, it's like there's
a line.
It's obviously I don't think it's one of them. Like it's not something that anyone should ever be called or heard. The word shouldn't be used in general.
Yeah,
but it's like it's not nice.
I don't know if I agree with that because I feel like, do you know what? I don't like to be censored. Like especially doing this podcast. I don't think we're going to censor anything. Anything I say is we're not going to bleep it unless I do believe it's too much. For me, a racial slur we bleeped. Because I don't want to offend anyone for my condition, right? Yeah. I don't want to have to apologise for it, but if anything, that's probably why I would bleep it. But to say that it should be kept in, I don't think it's
there's
right.
Definitely a line to it, but I like the way that you were saying that you should also be careful of people with Tourette's saying that like you should be censored for things that you say when it's like, well, if you can't control what you're saying, you shouldn't.
And obviously, I've been with Uncle Tics. I love his attitude because He's very unapologetically himself.
He's just him, and
and I love that.
Yeah.
And I mean, we spent some time in London when he was last over a couple of summers back. And I remember getting on a train with me, Uncle Tics, and a few other creators online that also have Tourette's. It was carnage.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Everywhere we went was carnage. And I think my way of dealing with things, especially in public, was to always let people know.
Yeah.
That I've got a butt plug in. That's why I'm sitting
You
funny.
should whip that out now, fucking you dirty dog, yeah.
Anyway, sorry. So I'm apologising. It's really hard. It's really hard to switch that off. But I just remember, like, sometimes I feel like sometimes it's just better to tell people around you. So a busy train, because there was 4 or 5 people with Tourette's, I thought it's just probably better to just slightly announce it. And I remember Uncle Tics, Leighton, his name is, sent to me, "Oh, you're so kind, man, probably too kind." And I was like, yeah, but it's a lot easier to like come out of it first than trying to explain after the fact. That's what I personally found, because I feel like sometimes, but I've tweeted something really controversial or loud, or maybe people jump or whatever, and it's really, I almost feel like I'm backpedaling if I then got on like explain to someone after. If it's going to be a chaotic situation, you might not hear it, whatever, I probably wouldn't bother. But just sometimes I like to make sure people know.
That's fair enough, though.
You know?
But I think everyone works it differently.
100%.
I mean, I don't have to deal with it. Do you know what I mean? So it's like I've got a very different outlook on it now. But
yeah, and I mean, I think the misconception is that people with Tourette's don't twitch 24/7.
no, I think that's the other side of it, and that's the one bit that I understand more of now is when you say things like, you know, you get a comment saying, "Oh, I wish my boyfriend had tics. It'd be so funny." Or now I understand it more because it's not all the funny stuff that everyone just sees on the camera. It's it's a lot of it is actually. You're giving yourself whiplash. Like you're saying things in public you don't want to say. Like you're like hurting your own body. Like I remember the day you shaved your own beard off. And you've been growing that thing for months. And the thing is with Josh, bear in mind, is Josh has never actually done anything to a client. I think that's one thing online. You see a lot of comments being like, "Oh, how'd you do it? Like with the razor?" And it's like, well, Josh has never actually done it to a client. But there was one day, I think it was Ted Baxter's hair you were cutting. And Josh had been growing his beard out for ages.
It didn't.
And I did feel bad for him, but I did have a laugh. I'm not gonna lie. Effectively, he picked the clipper up and he just gone straight through his own beard. His face dropped.
I think I had a very
away.
twitchy day, and I think
you had a bad day.
Really
it was your last haircut
day.
because you were going home anyway because your tics weren't good.
Yeah.
But it was the fact that you'd done it, and I was like, "Oh, the poor bastard." I was like, first of all, you're growing that beard out for ages, and you were dedicated to it.
I was dedicated to the beard.
Yeah,
and then I think I decided, you know, I'm going to try and shave my face and leave the tash.
That's funny though.
That is not a look for me.
No. You got a great jawline though.
Yeah, let him talk to me like that, Ryan.
You do. The Hugheses are notorious for it.
Take my fucking name out your mouth. Honestly, no, we don't have the best of jawlines.
Yeah, you do.
What do you mean?
It's a wonderful jawline.
Oh, thank you. You being serious or not?
I think so. Shave it off and have a look. Yeah, no, I'm not.
I'll do it now.
I've got a Carney-Slee, so.
You have got a Carney-Slee. Well, maybe when we get out of these chairs, you'll be able to see it. Honestly, he has to get his trousers altered just to fit his arms.
It is a condition that the Carneys, mainly the women, have, not me.
So is that the Carney or the Slee?
No, the Slees are all tiny, skinny people, like Rita, my brother.
Oh yeah.
And then we're all. Well, then again, it's really. I've got a massive arse on me. Like fair play to me.
You never need a cushion, do you?
Oh no, I like a cushion. My arse gets sore sometimes.
Oh really?
Yeah, that
Being
butt plug.
pounded.
Yeah.
Daddy, no.
Oh God.
Sorry, Mark.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Father Mark.
Goes back to the Catholic priest again.
No, God. My granny will watch this.
There's another thing I want to talk about, because this is something that I've experienced with you loads of times, and I genuinely didn't believe it happened as often as it does. Every time you introduce yourself and say your name, it's never just, "Oh yeah, nice to meet you." It's always like, "Sorry, what?"
Oh, I've had a lot of variations to my name over the years.
So if say I just met you, like, "Oh, hello, mate. Nice to meet you. How you doing? You good?"
Caolan, nice to meet you, man. Oh, fucking hell.
Caolan? What kind of name's that?
Yeah, well, it's one of them. There's no translation to English.
There actually isn't, though, is
No,
there?
there's no translation, no. It's based off like 7 saints who were called Caolan or something like that.
Really?
There's other variations, though. You know, Caolan, whatever. I've had everything under the sun.
Because it makes me laugh, because I know a few people over the years who have a little bit unusual names. What's the name you'd put when you order a pizza?
Oh, I switch. I just change every time.
Oh, really? I thought you were Colin.
I go Colin, Jack, Ryan. I'll just do anything that's easy that I have to explain after.
Ben.
But then again, it is fun to see what comes out after it.
Yeah.
Because phonetically, it's like Caolan, innit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, but I'll take it. I've had everything.
When people read your name.
Or when people book in now in the
Caolan.
shop, they call in and they go, "Can I have the Irishman, please?"
Yeah, that's the best way, isn't it?
Because nobody cares. You know what I mean? Like, well, I also don't, because I'm like, just it's such a bloody conversation, but it's a great way to talk to people.
And then what's your brother's name as well? Because you two together.
Reader. Which, if you try and look on Facebook, you'll only find Indian ladies.
Yes.
But he's named after an Irish artist called Sean O'Reither. And the funny thing is, my mum and dad are called Barbara and Mark, so I think they teed us up to get bullied in school. You know what I mean? It was like, man, I didn't.
Bill's good character.
My Irish teacher couldn't even say my name.
Really?
Man, she wasn't a big fan of me, but yeah, I can't blame her.
Sebastian Vettel.
I have
no idea where that came from. Does he still race?
That's a question for your sister.
Yeah, she does like the F1.
I like the F1, but not that much.
That's so strange. But names are weird, aren't they? Because I mean, I don't know why I'm bringing this up, but remember when my granddad was still around? Obviously, he'd been my granddad all of my life. And but towards the end, when he wasn't very well, it went from Josh to George. And then from George to just like mate. He did have Alzheimer's, so he was losing it a little bit.
Is this Tudor?
No, this wasn't Tudor. This was Eddie.
Okay, because Tudor's a good name. Tudor's a strong name.
Yeah, so my dad's dad was called Tudor. But you know what was really funny about that? When my nana, when she met him, she didn't like it. She didn't like the name Tudor. So she went, "Yeah, that won't work. Your name's Todd."
And he went with Todd.
He was Grandad Todd to me for a year.
But you all called him Todd after that?
Yeah. Well, we called him Grandad. But Grandad Todd. But then I didn't realise till later that his name is Tudor Hughes.
Good name, that.
I think it's strong. I love it.
Yeah, Mia did say about our firstborn being called Tudor, which I don't have an issue with, but I just feel like going home to a Catholic family with a baby called Tudor would be a very interesting turn of events.
I think that's quite funny.
Imagine Tudor Carney-Slee in a little all-boys school in Ireland. he's gonna get
Why
annihilated.
are you taking my sister away?
She's moving to Ireland one day.
Yeah, she's fucking nuts. I'll tell you what, you can retire there.
I'd like that by
just
the beach.
Stay around. Can't have you going anytime soon.
I'll take H and Co to Cutting Close Ireland. Ireland's a good place. You haven't even been to Ireland yet.
I have not even been to Ireland yet. This is something that
your sister's been, Mia's been. You just refuse.
Yeah. It's not like I refuse. It's hard to take time off when we can all go.
Yeah, but you can always figure it out. Oh, we're going to bring you this year. We're going to do it this year.
We should do it this year.
We should do it. Ryan, you're welcome to join.
Just for the camera work.
Yeah.
Not for the conversation. No.
Yeah, but no, it's good.
Yeah.
I can't complain. Life is good.
Life is good.
And now we're doing something new. Give it a go. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, we got some ideas coming.
There's a lot of things that we have ideas with. I think there's going to be some exciting stuff. Hopefully some exciting guests.
Yeah, I really hope to get some good people on, have some really good conversations. Again, because we're barbers, we are so used to having conversations.
Chat shit for a living, effectively. So it's...
yeah, but we get really in depth. Like,
yeah, you hear some things that you would never expect someone to tell you. Like, yeah,
no, and we're not here to expose anyone, nothing like that.
No,
we're just more like, I think we actually just wanted to put our skills of talking to the test a little bit.
But if there is any clients who want to tell us any funky stories, we're happy to change your name.
Yeah, we'll take you on. I am thinking like a segment of like, client stories,
client chats. Yeah,
client chats.
There's a lot of things. Yeah, but I think the whole point of this podcast is just like have conversations that everyone has, but just do it on camera and have a bit of crack with it. Do you know what I mean? And like when we get guests on, depending who it is, switch it up, have some fun. Doesn't have to be the same as everything else in it. You know what I mean?
Body Blue next week. No, she was currently engaged. She had something else going on up her.
What?
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Bonnie.
Oh, yeah, good old Bonnie. Mother of Christ, no heavens, save me and praise me.
Who is Body Blue?
Yeah, don't do that.
I don't
now.
even know.
Yeah, ask Luce.
It's just my Tourette's picking it up. You know.
I don't know. You got issues. But no, look, I think it's gonna be exciting, and yeah, I think we're fun with it. I don't know if there's anything else to cover. Is there? What else we got going on? What else? Oh, I have a question. Before we all do whatever we're doing. You can get involved too, actually, in this. So I was in the pub. I was in the pub yesterday with a mate you haven't seen in like 15 years, right?
Oh yeah, you said, yeah.
And I think it's his roommate or his mate. Effectively, his aim was to see how many new pubs he could go to in London in 1 year and have 1 pint in each pub. Right. First of all, how many pubs do you think there is in London?
I bet there's a drastic decline since COVID.
Yeah, there is. There's not an actual number, but it's like around
there's got to be 5,500, 6,000 pubs in London.
Okay, well, what I saw was 3,500 to 3,800. Right. How many pubs do you think you could do in one? If it was like you've got to include your life, whatever's going on. But how many pubs in London do you reckon you could tick off in a year?
In a year?
Yeah, in a year. Yeah. So for like you're living your life like this, but you've also got the aim of how many pubs can I do in a year?
I think being realistic, it's got. If I was being hardcore,
yeah, like you go from
2 a week.
2
so
weeks.
maybe you'd get through 100 if you really pushed yourself.
Yes, I said 100.
But that would be like going out on a Friday, Saturday.
But you could also just have a pint in each pub.
That's
do you know what I mean? Like,
because that's pub crawl. So I'd say hundreds of 150.
Because that's what he did. Apparently, this lad was like, if they're going on a night out, he'd say to one of the lads or whoever's there, you go, and anybody want to take off another pub, and he'd just go find another pub, have a beer, and come back to the other pub.
Would he mix up the pint?
I hope so. You get bored eventually, wouldn't you? You know what I mean? Actually, I'd never get bored in a pub. To be honest,
no, this is true. I mean, I no, that's I like that idea, but I do have my comfort in a year.
And he had these. He wrote every pub down.
Does he work in London?
Yes.
Well, that's going to be easier if you're in London. But
yeah, but you still got to dedicate your life to drinking every day, effectively. So like, it's.
There's an AA near you. I don't know. Let's say what 50,
200.
He got through 200
pubs in a year.
But like we just said though, I suppose you could do more. You could do like multiple.
How much do you reckon he spent if he had one pint in a pub? I bet he doesn't want to know.
London,
I don't know who he is, but if he does watch this, I feel bad for his bank account. So you're saying 200 will average at what, £6.80? Well, yeah.
Go on.
£1,360 minimum. Like if he's having one pint a pub.
Wow. It's like a month's rent. Well, not in London.
But a week in London, yeah.
But Jesus.
Fair play to him. That's a fair amount of beer. I mean, if I could just switch up the pubs, I could do a lot more than I reckon, though. I'm actually trying to do it. It's
you great love it. Anything the pub with you.
Oh,
I'm supposed to film this in a pub.
I just love pubs. Not even if I'm drinking.
No, you don't. And I'll give that to you. It's not like you sit there getting absolutely battered.
No, I'm happy to have one pint.
You enjoy being in the pub atmosphere.
Oh, football's on, you're chatting shit, you meet random people.
See, for me, I think with my Tourette's, I sometimes feel a bit like I have to get used to a place to go there regularly enough to kind of, like obviously where we live in the same town. I'm pretty comfortable in the majority of all of them.
Yeah, I think most people know you in the town.
Sometimes like the old men pubs I struggle with a little bit.
I don't even go into them. No, you should.
Old men.
31 now.
You can go fuck yourself. How? You're not even 30 yet.
I'm 29.
29.
How old are you?
22.
Oh, Jesus.
You're 22.
Well, that's a bit rude.
No, what? No, I just assumed.
El Rion. You're 20. So Toby's 22 then?
No, Toby's 23.
Oh, so you're the baby.
Yeah. Motherfucker.
Yeah, you can go to any pub though now.
Yeah, no, I feel comfortable now, but it's oh yeah, cheers. What sort of time are we up to, by the way? Just out of curiosity.
We are 38.
Okay.
It's not bad.
That isn't bad. I actually really need a piss. I'm sorry, I need to go for a piss.
What for it was?
Yeah, so we had to have a toilet break. Caolan can't hold it.
It's all me. Yeah.
Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah. You and your tiny little Irish
I do have a
bladder.
tiny bladder and a massive arse.
So obviously another thing another thing we really want to cover in here is obviously topical news, right?
Yeah.
And one segment from this past week that I really want to talk about
is what?
because it kind of a few things I feel like have affected me recently. Obviously, Trump. I don't know if you've heard one of his more recent.
Is this one about the thing about dyslexia?
Yeah.
I did hear about this.
Gavin Newsom, I believe I'm saying that right, who is the governor of California, saying that he has learning difficulties because he has dyslexia.
I know.
And he can't read and write. I just think, what the fuck? Well, fuck, one, I mean, I'm sure Trump can read and write, but
just
the shit that comes out of his mouth is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I just think it's just a bit wild. I mean,
he called him dumb, though, didn't he?
He called him dumb.
Yeah,
and I'm dyslexic myself, right? And
I saw that and I did think straight away, here we go.
I've battled with that feeling dumb for years.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking, actually, when I'm in a positive mindset, I feel like, dyslexia kind of gives me a different perspective to an atypical person.
Oh, most of my family are dyslexic, to be fair. So.
Yeah, I think most of us are really, if you think in one way or another. But I just think calling out people like that, it's just crazy.
It's a bit of a mental take to call people dumb if you've got learning difficulty, especially when you're in charge of a country. It's like the biggest country.
We've got bigger things to worry about. Do you know what I mean? But,
well, they cause problems, but
yeah, of course they do.
America's definitely a different week because mother of God, I have a lot. Even though actually a lot of people think I wear a MAGA hat all the time.
I mean, that is a red.
I walk around the looks like it. It probably doesn't help that I'm covered in tattoos as well, to be fair. But everyone's like, has to be this guy. I'm like, just chalk. I mean, it's not a MAGA hat for one. Do you know what I mean? It's like, but from behind it does look like a MAGA hat.
It's MAGA-esque.
Yeah, but it's not.
But
this is pre-MAGA.
Yeah.
I love solace.
It's more MAGA loaf than it is MAGA. It's more MAGA loaf than Make America Great Again. What did?
I don't know. Sorry. That's the issue.
For anyone who's noticing the mics are moving, our film guy thought this was a really good idea. They
he just spat his can of
they
water
will-
all over his fucking laptop.
these will move. This will be on a it's getting closer and closer.
Go on.
It'll-
Do what you think you want to do.
Oh, sorry. It's going to happen when it. That'd be perfect for the cover.
Oh, mother of Jacobs, Pigley.
Oh, she's a bit bigger than I'm used to.
Ooh. I like you to ask what you're used to then.
No, Jermaine.
Oh,
Sorry, right, that's enough of that. Right, let's get back on track. Is there anything else you wanted to discuss in this episode, Caolan?
I didn't expect you to say that.
Jermaine, you know who you are.
Yeah.
I do know a Jermaine, and he'll find that funny, hopefully. We've all had a drink.
I didn't need to.
Oh, there's actually tears.
Yeah, I did cry quite a lot.
That's a good question. When was the last time you cried?
I was watching Britain's Got Talent last week.
That shit gets me going.
I cry anything.
What?
I used to
But-
judge my parents, for crying at everything, and now I am that guy.
I love watching Britain's Got Talent's like auditions.
I cry at everything. Honestly, you could literally put
Is that
in the-
more recent?
We watched that thing. What's that yoke that the English you lot love at the Royal? No, you get
I
people
don't
on
like
who've
the
done.
you lot.
Sorry, the English love.
I don't like that either.
Okay, people from this.
I don't like that either.
I'm also half English, but no,
Yeah, but
that
can't
thing.
forget that also. Can we just make it clear?
Oh,
He's
God.
not fully Irish.
No.
He was born here.
Well, we can get into that another week too.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's another episode.
But there's that thing where people do like amazing feats, and then they go into that TV show. You must know it. You get people who've like climbed Everest, and they were like, or they were in the military, and then they were like,
Heroes.
yeah,
Help
Help
for
it-
Heroes.
no.
Is it Help for Heroes?
oh, yeah. What do you mean you don't watch?
He's so young, they don't watch TV.
Oh, yes, YouTube.
Of course they
I
don't.
can't slate
Just-
YouTube anymore. I actually love YouTube.
What's it? Yeah. YouTube and OnlyFans.
I cried at that thing though. Whatever that is, it's that thing.
Oh, I know.
No. Anyway, I'm gonna be thinking about this all day. It's gonna annoy me now.
British Heroes? No.
There was like these.
I know, yeah.
The guys from Nepal, who are like what they called the Gurkhas. Is that the Gurkhas? The guys who are the British army from Nepal. I don't know. Who cares anyway? It's I don't know what I'm talking about. So it's that show. I cried that all the time though.
Right.
So yeah, you can get me to cry anything.
That's
Effectively.
good to know. So I'm going to try that every episode to get you to
You
cry.
can get me to
some way.
cry. Like you tell Ryan, if he tells me his sob story about what happened, then it will happen. I'll
Just
cry.
start singing as well.
Yeah.
I'm just going to tell you his life story and it's going to make you
Well,
tear
they
up.
would make me cry, to be honest. Yeah, I've heard it before.
We also do cut the cameraman's hair, so...
Dan does.
Oh, we don't. You don't.
No, Ryan doesn't let me anymore.
No, moved on.
Right. Bigger and better things, obviously.
He likes a goatee. Yeah.
Big up, Dad.
Yeah.
Come on, Creed. Don't know your angles already.
I know
Me.
my angles, don't you worry. When did you cry last?
When did I last cry?
I don't think it's hard to make you cry, is it?
To be fair, I think it was actually when I watched the film, I Swear.
I need to watch that.
Which, if
this
you haven't
weekend.
already seen it, this isn't like we're not being paid to say it, but honestly, go and watch I Swear. It's such a
Yeah.
great film.
Yeah, no,
it
I need
really
to.
explains Tourette's in a beautiful way, and John Davidson's life was just...
It is impressive. I know about him and his life. I need to actually watch the movie though.
And also,
It was
like Robert Aramayo, the main character who plays
he's a good
John,
actor though. He's a quality. actor, yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah, he's a very good
for
actor.
someone with someone like myself with Tourette's to then watch someone, I was going to say pretending, but acting like he has Tourette's
Yeah.
for the film,
It's quite impressive.
unbelievable.
The bits I've seen of it is very
and the way
impressive.
he goes through. Have you not watched it yet?
No, I haven't watched it.
Oh, you need to watch it, man.
Well, because I have to watch it
100%.
by myself and I watch it with Mia, but she goes to bed. You know what I mean? So it's,
Yeah, that is
Is
the
it?
problem. It's annoying.
it's
annoying
my
when people
fault.
go to bed.
Our hours don't correlate.
No,
We will watch it this week.
I would watch it. It's now on Netflix.
And the Peaky Blinders movie. I need to watch that this week
I've
too.
watched it.
Don't say anything then. Say nothing.
I think it could have been better,
Say nothing. That's another good show.
but it was good. It was good. It was good. Quite long, but it was
That will be enough out of you.
okay.
Thank you.
Okay,
Because I need to
Sorry
watch
for any
that.
spoilers.
Yeah, because don't spoil it for me yet.
I try not to.
I'll watch I Swear and Peaky Blinders this week and we can...
Sorry, I don't know why I did that.
Yeah, it's all right.
So I don't know what I'm saying. Sorry, this is I'm.
You just
I'm
discussed
doing
how you
my
wouldn't say
own
feckin'
thing. I'm
sorry.
doing my own fucking. I'm doing my.
And now Ryan's fuming, so...
Yeah, he's,
Yeah.
yeah. Now he's got that outbreak. Do you know what? I don't mind telling one more embarrassing story before we finish.
I'll go on, tell us
And
one
this
more.
is one of those stories where, if I ask my friends for an embarrassing story, this will probably be up there as well.
Thank God. I don't even know what it is.
So I was probably about 18, 19. And at the time, me and my family ran a gardening business.
Yes.
And all of my family were on holiday. And I was like looking after the house and kind of keeping the business going throughout the week. I went out for dinner with some friends one night. Start of the week, I think we went to TGI Fridays. Classic. Big up Fridays. But, and I got a burger, or we ate, and then we brought some leftovers home. And I think Lucy brought home a burger that she didn't eat. She didn't end up eating it. Anyway, 2 days later, maybe 3, I thought it'd be a really good idea to eat this unrefrigerated burger from the side.
You got some serious balls on you, I'll give you that.
In my head, I just believed that you couldn't get food poisoning from beef. Genuinely. I was like, people eat raw beef, fuck it, we'll go for it. And I ate it. It felt all right for the next first hour or so. That night was horrendous.
Yeah, I can imagine, yeah.
I went to work the next day. I felt like shit, but obviously because my family were on holiday, I was the only one running it, and we had one lad that worked for us, and he was meeting me at our first job. I was in the van. He turned up to this job. I'd parked on the driveway, gone to get out. I had passed out before I'd even got out the car, and my feet were still on the pedals, and I'd basically been sick, passed out, face planted in my own sick. Oh. He turned up. He thought I was dead. Because
you overdosed on beef.
My feet were still in the van, and I was like out the, and my face.
You fully passed out.
I was out, mate. I think I'd got so ill, and I'd pushed myself to go to work. Then I just think I'd come to my end. And this was, like I said, on a customer's driveway.
Oh, man,
so I actually can't remember whether they saw me or not. But that was terrible. And that
is embarrassing. But also,
I tried to keep it to myself, but then word broke to my friends and all that, and they were like,
one of the dumbest things you could ever do, though.
Idiot.
It's stupid.
It's really stupid.
You should never have done that.
Yeah, so now...
And how often do you eat leftover food now?
Yeah, I just give it 2 days rather than 3. But that was shocking. Like I felt so ill.
I can imagine it's not a good way to end the day.
No.
Is it? Like, no.
And I think I actually had to pull myself together. I had to still take him to the jobs. I just sat in the van though for the rest of the day.
Was this Lewis?
This was Lewis.
Yeah, Lewis had to cover for the day then.
Yeah, to cover me for the day. Luckily, we were just cutting lawns.
I'm hoping you cleaned the van.
Oh, fuck the van. Whether that was clean or not, I don't fucking know, to be honest.
You just left the van?
I don't think I was sick in the van. I think I was sick just outside the van, then passed out into the sick.
Oh, man, that's so...
Which was just classic me at the time, and I struggled to live it down for a long time.
It's still classic.
So I'm just
Josh,
putting it out there now. Why not?
Josh is a notorious tactical chunderer.
I'm trying to cut down.
From tactical chundering.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Do you remember Little Britain?
Yeah.
It's always like that. It's always like projectile. Anyhow.
Yeah, that's not... Yeah, that's...
Trying to get better.
You are better.
I am better. We are better.
Every
We're
day
better
is
together, aren't we?
Well, yeah. Yeah, we are.
If this doesn't work, I mean, what's the fucking point?
Well, that's it for us then. I'm moving back to Ireland too. So
it's probably best anyway.
Your sister's coming too.
We can always do this on Zoom. It's not a problem.
No, I would like that. Yeah, make me cry. That's nice to see your face.
We'll have our nice bat shot that we built.
What to do with Ryan over there? Look at him.
We can have a freeway. Zoom.
Me.
Ryan got excited. Started to sweat.
Mullets and co.
Finally off the OnlyFans. Right. Sorry, I don't know why I'm so obsessed with OnlyFans.
I don't know why I'm so obsessed with OnlyFans.
Just keep talking about it. What
You fucking love the shit, mate.
Oh, no, I don't. I like OnlyPans.
That's the next avenue, anyway.
Like food porn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Food.
Speaking of food, I'm going to go get a pie, mash and chips.
Yes,
after this,
we are actually out for dinner, so we're going to sign off. So
yeah, we're going to call this a day. Go out for Josh's father's 60th birthday. Yeah. I'm going to carb the fuck up because I fucking love it. I love potatoes.
He's one of the weirdest people who will order like pie and mash with an extra side of chips.
I think that's the right way to be.
Who needs a double potato?
Well, everybody should really think that way because it is the right way to be. And you,
beluga.
Fucking looking at you. I'm getting judgment from Ryan behind the camera for my double carbs.
Oh, I'm agreeing.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Ryan lost weight recently.
Oh, you like it?
I don't know.
We'll go for dinner one of these days and you're going to try it.
Yeah.
You're going to eat as much fucking potatoes. Like,
you can stuff it in.
Force feed him potatoes. Oh, I fucking love that shit.
Yeah, cooked, raw, mashed chips.
Yeah.
Shove it all in. Okay.
Yeah. That's going to be it though, I think. And yeah. Fucking that is
so this is the Cutting Close podcast. We're going to be doing this weekly.
Yes.
Follow us on all of our platforms. We're going to be on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube.
We'll have some exciting guests hopefully coming on as well soon.
Yeah, it's going to be
and
fun.
We'll have some interesting chats. And but it's been fucking fun.
Let's
I
sign
enjoyed
off.
it.
Let's fuck off.
Time to cut close, motherfuckers.